live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So this live show's a little bit late, so apologies.
Oopsie.
Not even just like in the month, but we're also just like 25 minutes late to the live show.
It's just a late live show. What can you do?
It is. But today we are discussing our August book, Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. It's so cute.
Nice.
Also, you have to, Alyssa, go find a paperback copy of this book purely
for the
flop. This is like
I need one of those.
One of the floppiest books I own. It's just,
I love that so much. Yeah, I need a copy right now.
So fun.
I'm gonna order one.
Yeah, just so fun.
Absolutely stunning.
So before we even get into talking about this book, I just want to say that we picked this book for August because it was like a summary book in our heads. It is not.
It took place. Nope. It literally ended in the middle of February.
It starts in September.
Yeah.
Very deceiving. It really looks like, well, I guess if we just looked at their jackets on the cover.
Yeah, we probably could have pieced that together. It's okay.
It's fine. I just saw survival camp and I'm like, summer.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't even piece that together. That it wasn't until just now. I still had a good time with it though. I still enjoyed it.
Me too. What are your overarching thoughts on the book?
I actually very much enjoyed it. I liked both the characters and I liked having that the dual POV because I feel like I haven't had a dual POV romance in a long time. I forgot
it was like that.
Yeah, and I loved seeing both of their heads, and Brad, his brain it works very similarly to mine. Some of the things that he thinks, I'm just yeah, me too.
I completely forgot.
Love her.
Right, doesn't it switch sometimes mid-chapter?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that annoying me. I don't love
it. It annoyed me at first, but once I got used to it, I liked it.
Yeah, it's not a huge complaint or anything. It's just personal preference. I prefer if you're switching POVs to switch chapters.
Yeah, switch chapters. Yeah, because even because on Kindle it tells me how long I have left in a chapter, and it would tell me like 30 minutes or something, and I'd be like, "What do you mean?" But then it just felt like mini chapters inside of another chapter. We just got some micro chapters thrown in there.
Right. At least though, it does say their name when they switch the POV, because some books it just switches POVs.
I think with Cassandra Clare, she does that.
Yeah,
it just switches. Yeah, and you just gotta pick up on whose point of view it is.
Yeah, so this isn't the worst that it could have been.
Yeah.
But so overall, you liked it?
Yes, I did. What about you?
I liked it. It was good. It was cute. I feel like I don't remember a whole lot about it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not by any fault of the books, but just because I read it really quickly. And I read it. I think I read this in a weekend when I went to the States, and I read 2 other books that same weekend. So I think they were also YA contemporaries. So it's just that one.
They all got jumbled up
a little bit. So just right off the bat, I guess, your expectations going into this book, were you expecting, I feel like there's a lot of background noise coming from your end.
From me?
Yeah, I think so. There's a grumbling noise.
Let me see if I can. That shouldn't be. Maybe let me turn it down. Maybe that will help. Can you still hear it?
A little bit. It's mainly when you're talking, I think.
Oh, let me switch sides.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not normally like that, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But your expectations going into this book, what were they in regards to the survival camp?
I was expecting it to take place over the whole book. I wasn't expecting it to be in bits and pieces. And at first I thought the first time that they went, that was all we were getting of the camp. Mm-hmm. But then it came up again when they went to Scotland. But I was expecting it to be the whole entire thing. At least after the beginning part. I wasn't expecting it to yeah.
So my initial expectation, like when the book was first announced and released, I expected it to be like the entire book was a survival camp. But then I remember Lisa was reading this book, and she said that like survival camp is like not the main part, like it's a very small part. But even still, I was not expecting for it to be that small.
Yeah.
Considering the book is so short and it mainly just talks about the survival camp on the back of the book, I was expecting for it to be fleshed out a little bit more, because like they kind of brushed over some things that happened during the survival camp, and I'm like, I feel like this is the interesting part of the book.
Yeah, because like for the first one, like it would be like, because it showed when they got the first book, and then we just got like a recap of like how long it took them and like what the other team did. I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, couldn't we have put some of like the tension or like conversations during the survival camp?
Yeah.
To kind of make it more interesting. I do think the second time they went back, it was a bit more fleshed out, but then obviously it was like cut short because, partially cut short because of Bradley.
Yeah.
Which was just wild. It's going to be really hard for me to talk about this book because I took minimal notes and I really like don't remember a whole lot about this book. Also, I'm pretty sure I read a bunch of childhood best friends to like lovers books in like one go. Because I remember I was at my cousin's house and she was asking me like what books I'd been reading recently, and every one I mentioned was childhood best friends to lovers. And she's like, is that like your favorite trope? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't even think about it till right now that all those books had that trope. Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, like it is one of my favorites.
It was just the time for that, I guess.
Yeah, and I just got a new book idea that is totally childhood best friends to lovers, and I'm very excited. I'm so excited about it. Should not be working on that book at all, but that's fine. It's fine. I feel like I need to like reread the description. Yeah. Like my first note doesn't even come in like beyond the survival camp. Like the first note does not come in until page 186.
Oh goodness.
So like what happens in that first little bit, I have no idea.
I feel like I also read that a long time ago.
I feel like it did take a while to get to the survival camp as well, if I'm remembering correctly. But I could be wrong.
I think it did because she found the thing, or someone gave it to her, and then
friend, I think.
And then she fell, and then because Bradley was supposed to catch her, and then dropped her, and then she broke her arm, and then Bradley got her textbook, found the thing in it, and then they talked about it, and then he took her to like the orientation thing for it, and then he decided he wanted to go too, and then she was like, "No, this is my thing. Like you don't want to go," and he's like, "Yeah, I do," and then yeah.
I just opened up to a page that said they were at the survival camp, I think. So like I guess it didn't take that long. It's like page 72. And she like doesn't want to associate with him, like doesn't want anyone to know that she knows him. And he tells somebody that they're cousins.
Oh yeah, he tells Thomas.
And she's like, "What the fuck, Bradley?" He's like, "You basically are my cousin. I am not your cousin, Bradley." Which is just so funny because obviously they end up falling in love. So it's just like, how very like old-timey of them.
There was even one scene where I forgot what they were doing, but Thomas was like, "Wait, aren't you guys cousins?"
So silly. It's giving Pride and Prejudice. It's giving that era. Is that the Regency era? What era is that? I don't even know, but I think Regency. It's given that era. I just read and watched Pride and Prejudice, so that's very much so forefront of the mind. Have you seen or read Pride and Prejudice?
Okay. I know nothing about it other than the hand scene.
Yeah.
That's it.
I talk about that in my blog. Stay tuned.
Really?
I do love the first line of the book, though. I think it's so funny and like very hooky. It's the first day of school, and I'm already being forced to socialize. Yes. That just like sets up the character right then and there. Like it's me. Love that so much.
Oh, and for you, how did you like this book compared to her other books? Because I know her other ones are adult romances. I started Chloe Brown, but I never finished it, so I don't really have much to go off of.
A great question. I did not write a note about this, but I remember thinking about it. I love her adult romances. I've only read the Brown Sister trilogy. They're right above my head. But I know she has like a bunch others, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them, at least like they used to, I think she might be redesigning the covers for some. But they had like really cringy covers of like half naked men.
Oh, no thanks.
Like, you are so talented, Talia Hibbert, but like respectfully will not be
These
picking
covers.
that up. And it's not her fault, but like respectfully.
Yeah.
Waiting for cover redesigns. So like I need to look into more of her books. With Brown Sister trilogy, love so much, excellent, A++, some of my favorite books ever. And I feel like they were talked about a lot for a while, and then they just like dropped off. Like nobody talks about them anymore. Tragic. I feel like she made the transition into like a YA book very well. Like her voice was able to like tune into teenagers. I think it felt authentic from what I can remember. I feel like the biggest difference, I think those books might be in third person.
I believe they are.
Yeah, so that's a difference.
I think
but
that's the thing I remember.
That's not a difference between YA and adult. That's just,
Yeah.
story to story. And obviously like less sex.
Yeah.
So, I think those are like the biggest differences, but I feel like her writing lent well into YA. It felt like a YA novel. And I'd be interested to read more YA from her. I don't know if she has any plans for more YA. I don't know if there's any books that are announced. I haven't really looked into any of her upcoming releases. But I'd be interested to read more YA from her that, maybe is more fitting to the description.
Yeah.
Also,
I feel like they just did the description like that just so more people would want to pick it up. Because like a camp like that just seems so like exciting.
Also, it does say a 2-part survival course on the back. But I don't remember that. Or maybe it just like didn't click in my head, but also still feel like those 2 parts should have been the bulk of the book. And they weren't. Like, I don't want to read about them just being at school.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have been a bit more exciting if like all of these things happening between them were happening at this camp. Not just like at their houses or in school. Yeah. I can't remember specifics, but how did you feel about the progression of the like romance, or like they were like reconnecting? Because I feel like maybe they reconnected faster than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, I feel like for me it happened faster because it happened like kind of during the first like camp thing that they went to, because they were talking about something, and then Bradley was just like, can we just like forget about the past and like just be friends for now? And then they're like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And then like from there it was just kind of like steady, and I don't even think we really like truly, I feel like we might have, and I just forgot, but like we didn't truly like figure out like what really happened between the two of them. Like I think we did, but I don't think it was like in detail.
I think if I remember correctly, if I'm thinking of the right books, like I said, I read a bunch of childhood best friends to lovers back to back, I think. One of them being Chasing Lucky. Finally read that book. Anyways, I think it was because like when they went to high school, because their parents were best friends, right? That was this book.
Yeah, their moms.
So I think they went to high school and they kind of just like hung out with different people and like had a misunderstanding that like, I think she thought that he didn't want to hang out with her anymore because he had these other friends, like these like cooler friends. But he didn't feel like that. He thought that she ditched him. So it was like a big just misunderstanding, which I feel like is very common. It's a very common thing to like drift from your friends in high school, that like you've known from like elementary or like whatever, or middle school.
Yeah.
You went to middle school. I did not go to middle school. So I always forget that exists. Yeah. And like, to be fair, like I feel like it actually does not bother me that like their friendship rekindled quite fast. Because I was just looking at it because I did comment on their first kiss, and it doesn't happen until page like 186, which is like
a decent amount
over halfway through. It just sounds like not a lot, but the book is literally like 300 pages or something silly. Like it's so short.
Yeah, I think the friendship progression, like that kind of made sense, but the like into romance. I feel like that was a little quick, maybe.
Yeah. I also do like the first kiss scene. That was my first note, was about the first kiss. I was like, the first kiss, admitting to the feeling scene was very, very cute. And I love how they're arguing during it all. Like, it just felt very true to like their characters and their like friendship that like, yeah.
Yeah. It made sense for them.
Like,
wasn't that when they were at Bradley's house?
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't like the brother come in and say like they're having sex.
Yeah.
That's
he's like, Dad.
Yeah. See, the book's coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to like recall. Okay. So the bases like fall onto the bed together, I think. They're like play fighting maybe. And then we switch to Bradley's POV. He's like, well, I'm certainly not in love with Celine. I am definitely a tiny bit obsessed with the idea of kissing her, sir. He's like, I think about it all the time. Like when we're arguing in philosophy or when we all go into town to get frappes, pretty soon she's going to notice how much time I'm always thinking about her mouth unless I can get ahead of the issue by getting at the mouth in question. I think like that would fix things, right? Actually doing it, I mean, that would fix the kiss obsession or make it 10 times worse. Only one way to find out.
Yep.
And then he's like, this friendship thing is going really well, don't you think?
Oh, I remember that.
And then he's like, I'm testing the waters. If she says sure is handsome and licks my neck, I'll take that as a green light. Why did his mind immediately go to kisses my neck?
Yep. It wasn't even kisses.
Thank you. Hello, Emma.
Thanks.
Welcome. Wild.
Just that whole scene was very goofy to me.
Very cute. And then he's like, I'm gonna suggest something. And she's like, what? Would you like to? Phew, this is harder than I thought. My heart is playing a drum solo right now. How did I get Isabella to make out with me? Oh yes, I remember now. I said, Bella, I really like you, and she handled the rest. But if I tell Celine I like her, she'll probably jump out of the window as a reflex. For some reason, that makes my heart hurt. And yet, Celine, I really like you. Aww. And then she just like falls off the bed.
She flew.
Iconic. And then she's like, didn't realize the floor was there.
Yep. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and then they're just like arguing. He's like, oh, you don't like me, and she's like, of course I like you, and he's like, but as friends, right? And she's like, well, no, like, oh, love them. And then, he's like, not to pressure you, but I would love a few complete sentences right now. And then she's like, are you sure? Am I sure that you are like me? Celine, why would I not be sure? It's like in all caps. And she's like, well, I don't know. This all just seems out of the blue. It is not. And I'm like, oh, like they're literally just arguing about how long they've been friends again. Are you sure that you like me?
Yeah, because they're both feeling it too. So they're just like, there's no way that like you're feeling the same vibe. And yeah. They're just like, I promise.
And then, yeah, he's like, I'm so busy losing my mind. I don't even have time to enjoy the nonsense coming out of her mouth. Why the hell did you decide to argue with me about this, you impossible human being? Do you realize we could have been making out this whole time? And then she says, well, do you want to? Of course I want to. Why do you think I even said anything? Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, they're dynamic. I really enjoyed it. And just like the banter between the two, it was done very well too.
Yeah, like that whole scene is just so fun. And then just love that Mason comes in. He's like, Dad, Brad's having sex. Sir.
And then like even when they go downstairs, like, and then Mason gets in trouble too because his dad is like, do you remember like what your mom was talking to you about? And then Brad was like, yeah, not to objectify women like that. And then he's like, Mom's gonna be so disappointed in you.
Like, it's just so good. Yeah. Like, I just like that, like, the dynamic between them did not change just because feelings were now involved.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's
they
one of my
still
things.
had that
Yeah.
tension. They still had that, like, fun back and forth.
And I feel like that was really like stemming from like them being like friends for like basically their whole lives too. And
Yeah.
like they've known each other for so long that like it's just like cemented in like how they act with each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. I'm not remembering. I like put down the page and put down the beginning of the line so I would know what part I wanted to look at. But I don't remember the context of this at all. Who's Mr. Sorrow?
I think that's one of their teachers,
Well,
like at school.
I would assume so with the Mister, but
I think he might be
oh no,
his
it's
teacher.
Celine's dad.
Oh, I was
No,
way off then.
no. Oh yes. Okay. This is the part where they're like at the interviews potentially. Is that what they were doing? And her dad's there because I totally forgot. Like she
Oh,
doesn't have a relationship with him. He like dipped, right?
yeah.
And he's like Celine, and then she says, "I'm sorry. Do I know you?" Because she's a snarky. We love her. And he's like, "Mr. Sorrow looks like he has just been stabbed. I am suddenly having the time of my life." This moment could only be improved if he had a sudden bout of catastrophic diarrhea and shit himself in front of Catherine Breakspear and had to waddle all the way home.
I think I read over that part. I don't remember. I don't remember that.
So good. I just love that, like, this part's in Brad's POV because I think it's so funny. And, like, Celine's POV comes, like, literally right after. But this moment is so overwhelming for her. And I kind of like not being in her head for it. Because I feel like his commentary and like us just seeing that like calm exterior that he is perceiving from her was really interesting. Whereas like in her head, like she's like completely like numb and like doesn't know what's going on and is like like she completely shuts down. But like from his POV, it looks like she's calm, cool,
she's
collected.
just chilling.
And it's just like a badass, and I love that. So, anyways, the line that I wanted to talk about now that I remember the context. Yeah, the dad is just like stammering, like he like doesn't know how to respond to Celine in that moment. So in Bradley's monologue, or whatever, he's like, amazing. He can't collect a single word. What a sad excuse for a human being. I'm suddenly monumentally furious. This slug is the reason why Celine was so much when he is so little. Second guesses so many things in her life. Unbelievable.
Yep. Perfectly said.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and I like just like seeing like his point of view on all of it too, and just like his feelings.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Oh, what did you think about like Bradley's like book writing experience and like him wanting to be an author?
Forgot about it until right now. Right.
Yeah.
Right, because like this whole thing is to be like a lawyer, right? Yeah, I think I liked that. I think it was funny because weren't there like a bunch of lines? I don't know why I wouldn't have taken note of these, but weren't there lines where he was like, "How can I be a writer if like I can't finish a book?" And he was like struggling to write, and then his friends were like, "Dude, I like his
you're
friends.
Still doing it."
I don't remember his friends specifically, but I remember liking.
Oh,
them.
Jordan. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, completely forgot he was a writer, but we all know that I love any book that has any mention of a character being a writer. So it is my favorite thing.
And his experience with writing and like not finishing books is very reminiscent of myself. I very much saw myself in his, because like I don't even know how many drafts he said that he's written of that book, but I'm pretty sure like it went from like numbers to Roman numerals to letters, because I think he showed Celine and she was just like, oh.
Yeah. Those,
yeah, and that's very much like myself. Yeah, that's me.
You should try to remedy that, bestie.
Yes.
Because I don't know, but I think the world deserves your words. I deserve your words. I want to read your words.
Very good.
I'm just here trying to force people to write their words.
Yeah. Anytime I tell Brittany I'm feeling the itch again, she's like, "Oh," she's like, "We can do calls. We can do writing sprints together."
I know. Peyton right now is getting like really into her book and like getting back into writing.
Yay!
She was like working on it all night the other night, and I was like, I really want to hop on another call with you, like another like brainstorm or like do another live stream. But like I got a new job. This is my first time saying it on the channel. I have like been like filming vlogs where I've mentioned it, but I have a job. And so my schedule is no longer my own. It's tragic, but wonderful. So it's going to be a bit more difficult to schedule live shows and to figure out a time to do stuff like that. But I really want, like, I just love chatting about writing with people, and like I just love discussing people's stories with them.
Because it's exciting. Like it's
Yeah.
just like it's like a little piece of themselves, and then you get to like help figure it out. It's lovely.
It also like gets my creative juices flowing if I'm struggling to like help somebody else with their book, which is really fun. Because like me and Peyton, when I don't remember when it was months ago, maybe like beginning of the summer. I was helping her with her book, and like ideas were just flowing, and like we were just having this back and forth, and we were talking for hours working on her book, and it was so fun.
Best vibes.
Yeah. I have so much to do today. I was just like thinking that like I've got some writing to do today, and some video editing, and I'm a couple days behind in the Readsy course that I'm doing right now.
And you gotta finish a book.
Yeah.
Busy gals today. Busy gals.
Lisa, we talked about you earlier. We talked about you earlier because you read this book and you pointed out that the survival camp does not last as long as people thought, as you thought, and that I thought gave me the right expectations going into it, and yet it still took up less time than I expected. So
what an honor.
I will mention Lisa at any opportunity.
Absolutely.
I miss Lisa's face. How's the burnout going, Lisa?
In this household.
I miss Lisa so much. I think about her often. Like the magical readathon's going on right now, and I'm like, where are the books? I miss Lisa. Anyways, page 212. No, that's one I was just on. Page 223 to 225. Looks like another kiss scene. So we shall see. 223. Let's see. I just put kiss, hee hee. So.
The he.
Literally, like the whole synopsis just talks about the survival camp. They're forced to work together for the chance to win the grand prize as this adventure brings them closer. Like, nothing about them just being at school.
Nope. Yeah, I thought the survival camp was like the whole thing. I kind of forgot about like the synopsis when I actually started reading. I was like, oh, I didn't remember.
Ooh.
No.
I read that as like that she was making a vlog. Okay. You do you, Elisa. Elisa? Wow. I don't know.
Elisa. Mixing our names.
I don't know how to speak. Lisa.
That's okay.
You do you. You take care of yourself. Just know that I miss you and I love you.
I love you.
I'm very happy that you were here. Okay, kiss hee hee. Where are we at? Page 223. Okay, I think they're at the survival camp again, potentially. Maybe. And they want to kiss again. She's like, is this? Yes, we are in Celine's POV. And she's like, can we, like, kiss again, maybe? I just love how both of them are so awkward about it. It makes it so
Bless you.
And then he says, why? Oh, wait, no. I'm so Wait, is Brad saying this or is she saying this? I think she said that. And then he said why. Oh, okay. I got myself confused. And then in her head, she's like, because I love you. But then she says out loud, why not? And he's just like, Celine. And then she's like, because you're hot, obviously. And then he's like, stop objectifying me and tell me the truth. Oh, wait, this is so sad. This quote at the end. You know how many people stay with the person they adored when they were 17? Not a lot. But do you know how many friendships survive school and thrive for years? Way more.
No.
Oh.
And the whole thing that like makes me so sad too is Bradley like wants a relationship but Celine doesn't. And so he was just gonna keep it friendship, but then like the whole like kissing stuff happened and like he was fine, but then he had like a revelation in one of the chapters and he's like, I don't really want this, but like
Yeah.
oh,
see, it's all coming back to me now because I forgot about that little detail now, and that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
That's what I love about friends to lovers so much is there is that like tension of like you love each other so much as friends already that like taking that extra step could ruin everything, right? Yeah. Because I would imagine that it'd be so much harder to like maintain a good relationship after, like if you were to like break up to like get back, like you can't go back to the way you were before. Like I'm sure it does happen.
That extra intimacy,
right? Like I'm sure it does happen and it could happen, but like it just feels so much more unlikely. Whereas like if you just like met somebody, started dating them, you're not also losing a friend if you break up. You're just
because you got the friend breakup and like the breakup. It's just like extra.
Sometimes friend breakups hurt the most.
Oh, friend breakups hurt so much,
right?
There's so painful. Literally. So
just to recap for Lisa, we both did enjoy the book.
Yes, I actually didn't finish it until this morning. It is fresh in my noggin, but I really enjoyed it.
Not fresh in mine. Glad that one of us has it fresh in their mind.
Yeah.
I read this weeks ago.
Yeah. It's rough in our book club.
We try. But I also read this at the same time as a couple other books, specifically other YA contemporaries, and specifically somehow other childhood best friends to lovers. So details are a little bit foggy, and I keep having to be like, was that from this book? The thing I'm talking about, was that from this one, or am I confusing it with something else?
Yeah.
Because I think it was at least one or two other books. I know for sure it was Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. I feel like there was another one, and it's just like gone from my memory. But what have I even read recently?
Who knows?
I don't know. I know I read Pride and Prejudice. Currently reading Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson for a fall reading vlog, which is going to be going up later than it normally does. Normally I try to get it up to like the first day of fall or the first couple days of fall. Fall starts on Sunday, y'all. It ain't gonna be ready.
Wait, it's that soon already?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Wait, today's the 19th?
Yep, I know.
There's no way. It was just the first.
I know.
What? Oh, so we're like late.
I know.
Oh goodness.
Bestie,
what the heck?
What the heck? Like you're gonna have to like jump
live on stream.
You're gonna have to jump right into this month's book, Bestie.
Yeah, my hold literally came in today, so I'm good. But like, I'll start it tonight probably. We'll be on top of it next month.
You're golden. The book is golden.
Yes. We're golden.
We're golden. I would get mad at how fast time is going, but honestly, I'm just so ready to get out of this house and move into the new one that I'm like, yes, like time flies. Please, I'm begging you. I do not want to be here no more. Yeah, like I'm ready. I'm so ready. Did I tell you floors have gone in?
You sent me pictures. I think you sent me one picture.
I sent you a picture of the basement floors, Bestie. The other floors are a different floor.
Ooh.
Because the basement is like a laminate floor, and the other 2 floors are actual hardwood. I don't know if I have any photos on my phone, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. Stunning.
We couldn't go into the house because the glue was setting, so we couldn't step on it. But things are happening. Things are happening. But yeah, I'm tired of being here. I miss all my books. I hope that all my books are okay.
They're good. They have each other to keep them company.
I'm so scared. Anyways, yes, fall reading vlog. I'm very excited about it. Reading some exciting books.
Yes.
When are we not late though?
I think we've only actually been on time like once in our whole book club career. And we were both really surprised too. We were just like, oh, we're actually on time.
Yeah, that would not surprise me.
Yeah. Because I think we even had time to chat beforehand too. And you were like, look at us go.
Yeah. But then we probably ended up being late because we talked beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're still going on this scene. Oh. She said, I don't want to lose you. It's the only truth I'm ready to tell. And then, he's such a sweetie patootie pie. I don't know why I said it like that, but he's a sweetie patootie pie, okay. He says, okay, Celine, it's okay. And then he's like, you don't trust me, do you? And then she's like, I really want to say yes, but my mouth tastes like a copper cage and I can't get out any more words. Disappointment sits heavy in my stomach. I'm supposed to be better than this. Brad deserves better than this.
He really is like a sweetie patootie pie though. Like, he's an angel.
Also, as I was reading that out, I just remembered that as I was falling asleep either last night or the other night, I started writing a scene in my head. And, it sounded really good, and I did not write it down.
Oof.
Oh my god, I think it was the opening for that new book idea.
Oh no.
God, idiot.
You'll probably remember tonight as you're falling asleep.
Never go to bed if you're drafting a scene in your head. Also, why does my brain do that?
Yeah, mine used to do that all the time too. I get my best ideas either in the shower or right before I'm about to fall asleep.
Mine's always right before I fall asleep. Oh my god, I completely forgot that happened till right now. That makes me so mad. It was literally the opening lines of the book. Oh, annoying. Bye,
Lisa. Have a lovely dinner.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Damn, that's so annoying. Okay. He's like, you still want to kiss me though.
I think I think after that is when he's just like, I don't really want this, but I do at the same time.
All right.
Because he wanted more, but she wasn't ready to. But they both don't want to lose each other, and they want to keep what they have. So it's just an awkward middle ground.
Yeah. And then she's like, don't judge. I have a theory that 70% of the global population wants to kiss you, and that's a conservative estimate. But you're the only one who gets to do it. Lucky you.
Oh, so cute.
And then he's like, okay, so kiss me. And then she's like, what? And he's like, just kiss me. That's all. What's a little tongue between friends? And she's like, friends. Just like I wanted. Right?
Oh.
Stop, boy, this is so cute. Okay, what I love about these live shows is that my memory is such shit. Now when we sit down and go through these notes, it's like I'm rereading the book. And I get to reread and rediscover these little moments. Because what the hell? This is so cute. Okay. You're beautiful. His mouth meets mine. This kiss is tender, careful, so sweet it makes the crack in my chest ache. Usually when my eyes are closed, all I see is black. But when Brad's touching me, everything is gold and glowing. Safety blooms like the gentle rise of music in the air as the band plays comfortable. He pulls away slightly and murmurs against my mouth. See, they're rooting for us. I push down the last of my strange sadness, grab the back of his head, and put his lips on mine again. There's no way I'm even close to done with him, but I make a mental note to tip those musicians.
They're so precious.
Precious.
Because I think I remember before that too, they were playing funky music. They were playing. They played Despacito and another song, but they were just like, really, they have to play this right now.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, this next part is all Brad being like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
He's like, did I basically just tell her we can be like friends who make out sometimes? Am I really so much of an absolute sucker? I just gave a piece of myself to my literal dream girl without any of the commitment I want in return? Well, yes, evidently. I pushed too hard at the worst possible moment and backtracked all the way into her mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just love him so much.
I also just really enjoyed like their inner monologue too in their chapters. Like it actually feels like you're in their head.
It
Like
feels very like conversational, very relaxed, very like casual, very real, which I
yeah.
enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just really feels just like a train of thought, almost like a more organized train of thought. The book I'm reading right now, Death at Morning House, parts of the inner monologue are not my favorite because it's like the character is like talking to you at points. And I don't love that. It freaks me out. That's why I can't read second person. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just an outside spectator. Do not break that wall and acknowledge me. I don't want
The only time I like it was like in Lindsay Puckett's books. I think it was like specifically The Odds when she's just like, and that's this reader. Like that's the only part, like the only like time where I'm like okay with it.
I think it works best in middle grade. And I think it works best in like a spoopy, like silly, goofy time. But like this book's like a mystery, like there are deaths happening.
Yeah.
It just
don't talk to me, please.
It don't feel right. I'm like, stop acknowledging me. I don't like it.
You're just like, I'm not here.
Yeah. So I think that's one reason why I'm
Merely
reading
a
that book.
spectator.
It's one reason why I'm reading that book a bit slower. I'm like, stop acknowledging my existence.
It's uncomfy.
It is uncomfy. And I don't think that's the point. I don't think that's what she was trying to get at. So the next one's a bit of a jump. It's page 276. We're in Brad's POV. Where are we? Oh. I remember with the lurch that I'm not happy because she doesn't want what I want, and now I hurt on the inside and on the outside. What a thrilling adventure.
Oh, that was after he fell.
Yeah. What a thrilling adventure life is. And by thrilling adventure, I mean it's shit.
Yep. Summed it up perfectly there.
But like, I love how he said shit. I fell down a hill. Mom's gonna kill me.
Yep.
Like, what like a teenager you think to like think. And also like his glasses. He's like, where are my glasses? They were so cute and so expensive. Mom's gonna kill me. What I hate is, didn't they both wear glasses, or was it just him?
I think just him.
Because I would have loved to see him in glasses on the cover.
Yeah, I was just looking at the cover. I don't see any.
Because I do feel like sometimes if a character wears glasses, they're never depicted as wearing glasses on the cover.
Nope.
Did he wear them all the time or just sometimes?
I think he just wore them sometimes. Because when he said that his glasses, he couldn't like. I didn't remember him having glasses before that sentence.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yep.
Poor dude.
I felt so sad when he fell, and then poor Celine, she couldn't even go with him. Then she had to just power through.
I know. And he's like, are you sure you want to break up? I really don't think we should. Oh, and then she cries. Stop.
Yep. I really like the friends that they made at the camp, though. They were all very...
I don't really remember them. But
I can't remember their names. But Celine's roommate from the first camp, I liked her a lot. Oh yeah, because they threw the party for her.
Right, that was this.
And then she had to go outside. Yeah.
I can't remember what was this fucking one.
Yeah, and that was when Thomas was like, "Oh, I thought you guys were cousins," because he was cleaning up her feet.
See, reading like 3 books back to back is all fun and games until you cannot differentiate them. And it's fine if you're in the same series. Although that comes with its like faults too. But I'm like, these are 3 separate books by 3 different authors. Don't remember a damn thing.
You don't know.
No, imagine if I didn't take any notes at all, how screwed you would be right now.
Struggle bussin'.
Struggle bussin'. Okay, my last note just is page 302, which is not helpful. Oh, okay. I remember what Dad said before about me and Celine, how it wasn't a good idea, how it was too much pressure. If he still thinks that, well, it changes absolutely nothing, because I've decided no one's reservations, including my own, will ever stop me from going after what I want. Writing is for me, and I'm the one who makes that choice. Celine is for me, and we're making the choice to be together. If it goes wrong, any of it, I can deal with that. I trust myself to deal with that. That was so close.
So really close.
I trust myself to deal with any outcome. I believe in me.
Oh, yeah. I highlighted that piece, and it brought a little tear to my eye. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Alright, she like hides under his duvet.
Because
she said that she loved
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think his dad was in the hallway because he was bringing them something, and he was like,
And so Brad's like, you can come out now. And she's like, no, I really can't. Then how am I going to tell you that I love you too? At that, she pops up like a meerkat with an enormous smile. Oh. I appear to have broken Celine.
Oh, they're so precious.
And then they're kissing, and he's like, it's like a birthday cake, back when sugar felt like being high. It's like laughing as you stumble through the dark under the stars. It's like Celine loving me.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Gorgeous.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what I also loved? What I thought was so funny, this has nothing to do with the book. But how there was a whole glossary at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Oh my god, yeah, for British and like slang and stuff.
That's so funny.
Bradley and Celine's story is set in England and Scotland because I, the author, am British and don't get out much. While working on this story with my American editor, we stumbled across a few okay, I know how to say this word, I promise. Whatever. Cultural references. We're just going to skip right over that other word. Cultural references that don't directly translate. So we've put together this handy dandy glossary for anyone who needs it. Enjoy. And like what's funny is she doesn't take like textbook definitions. She writes her own definitions.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. So it's so funny. I want to find one that's like, okay, so a barrister, a lawyer who marches into court and says things like, objection, and I rest my case, Your Honor. Not really, but it would be fun if they did. Not to be confused with a solicitor, i.e. a lawyer who writes documents that say things like, pursuant to subsection A. And then Bonfire Night, also called Guy Fawkes Night, a celebration of the time a guy named, Guy, tried to blow up Parliament. We set off fireworks and burned stuff to remind us all that we're not supposed to blow things up or burn stuff.
Oh, she's so funny.
And then buskers, absurdly confident individuals who make music on the street for cash.
Wow.
Football. Football, the beautiful game, obviously. Helmets are not involved.
Yeah. It is the other football.
Like, she's just so funny. Like, you should definitely, like, look at these. Shit hot. Excellent. Fabulous. Hot as shit. This is perhaps a slightly outdated term, but Celine is middle-aged at heart. Like, it's just... I love that. Like, she's just good soup.
Yeah, because I think it just started me at chapter 1, so I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, there's also an author's note at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't read that one. I read the one at the end.
The author's note is basically just, Like it says, the story involves parental abandonment and a portrayal of living with obsessive compulsive disorder. I hope I have handled my character's experience. Oh my god, I totally forgot he had OCD. Anyways. I hope I have handled my character's experiences with the care they and you, the reader, deserve. The story also involves highly fictionalized portrayals of exciting forests. I'm very sorry for all the geographical inaccuracy. In my defense, I did it for the feels.
Oh, the author's note at the end, I loved it too because she said thank you to Bradley. So nice.
Where?
Let me find it.
In the acknowledgments? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the first person I'd like to thank, Bradley Graham, the hero of this novel who's been dealing with OCD for years and is enviably sensible about it. I have no idea if I'll ever be as good at coping as Brad is, but I do know that writing him inspired me to take better care of myself. So, cheers, mate. Couldn't have done it without you. Beautiful. Acknowledgements are just the best.
Yeah.
If you skip acknowledgements, you're reading books wrong.
I used to skip them, but not anymore.
Yeah. Like, acknowledgements are just so fun. It gives you, like, a peek into the author. It gives you a peek into the book. Sometimes they talk about why they wrote the book, which I love. One of my favorite acknowledgements is Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I just love it so much. I love it. And then, of course, I'm impartial to, like, any acknowledgement that mentions my name.
Yeah. As you should be. Which is cool. How did you feel about Bradley getting the scholarship and then Celine's internship? That was exciting.
I forgot about that, but exciting stuff.
Because Bradley thought he wasn't going to get it because it was going to be about completion. But she said that they felt like it was like unfair to do that. And so they took the average. And yeah. So.
Yes, very exciting. Is there anything else that you remember that I clearly don't?
I don't think so.
I want to look into if she's got any, like, upcoming books. Because this one came out last year or the year before? 2023, last year. It feels like it came out a millennia ago. Like, she's got, like, a lot of books. She's got the Brown Sisters trilogy, the Ravenswood series, and then 3 standalones. Yeah, like the Princess Trap is one that I think got redesigned because it's come out in 2018. But I think this is a newer cover, but I also, like, kind of don't love it. The girl's eyes kind of freaking.
Oh.
They're like.
Oh yeah, her eyes look a little scary.
Like, just like I feel like it doesn't, like, match. I don't know. Also, it said that was a standalone, but then they're, like, connected. But, like, these are, like, covers of, like, her other books. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's better than being half naked, but.
Yeah. I like the animated.
Me too. And I know some people don't, because they're like, oh, like, they look too young, like, they look like YA, like this. I just realized this is a YA book.
It is YA.
But I'm like, here's my thing. Books, typically, are in their own, like, age category in the store. It also does not take very much to, like, look into context of things. Like, in the first line, he wants to come out and top in all of his classes. Okay, right away, that means he's in school. Pretty sure it's going to be high school, you know? Like, it doesn't take much. You also read about the author. It says that this is her debut novel for teens. Like, there's, like, cues that you can, like, find. Some books also, I don't think this one does, but some books will have, like, an age range on them. This one doesn't.
Yes. That's very true.
Weird. I think these are cute. YA, adult, I don't care. Give them all to me.
I love a good illustrated cover.
You can rip them from my cold dead hands. I think I wanted to read this one, but I don't think it was a physical book. I think this was just like an ebook. It was like a Christmas one. Like, look how cute that is.
Oh, that's cute.
Maybe I'll put it as want to read, and then I'll see if I can find the ebook somewhere. I'm not seeing any new books. Oh, one for 2025, a new series of contemporary Austen-inspired rom-coms. That's going to be adult, I assume. So yeah, I don't think there's any news for a YA. Ooh, a debut fantasy novel?
Oh.
Dude, I don't even know. There are some authors that I keep up with like religiously to make sure I know what like when they're releasing stuff, and then there's others where I'm like I just hear about it through the grapevine. And I'm like, sounds good. Also, my Goodreads is not updated ever. Like it did not say that any of those were read, the Chloe Brown books.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was not using. I've not used Goodreads to track my reading since I think 2017.
I remember you telling me that.
The only books that I've listed on here as read are like my friends' books. I typically just use it to like mark books as want to read. Oh, I forgot I was friends with Peyton's boyfriend on here. Hi. Also, I just realized that because we are on my computer, I can show you my phone.
Oh yeah!
I got a new phone. Look at that.
Oh, the Polaroid! Oh my gosh, and the little piglet. That's so cute.
Right, because this was always the Polaroid in the back of my phone, but then this phone's bigger. I'm like, I've got more space, and it looked really empty, so I found a piglet sticker.
Stunning.
It's really completed. It's blue.
I like it. I like the color too.
My lock screen is still Nile. I will be changing it soon to be more fall. I do have pumpkins in the back.
Ooh, pumpkins.
But I will be changing it to be like Halloweeny or spooky or something, and then I will be changing it to Taylor Swift in November. Because I'm the fairest dog. Okay. Okay. Any last parting thoughts?
I really liked it.
Me too. Good soup. Good soup. Yeah, I really have like nothing else to say about this book. I just truly like don't remember things. We're gonna have to take better notes for this month's book.
Yes.
Which is a good
definitely.
segue.
Yes.
This Woven Kingdom is our book for this month. It's clearly almost the end of the month. Let's try to be more on top of this one.
We will.
But of course,
I will start it today.
with a work schedule. I don't know when I'm available, so it will be dependent on the work schedule. But my copy has been in storage, right, for the past year and a bit. And
it's chunky.
I grabbed it from the library, and I was like, this is fatter than I remember it being.
Oh no.
Like, it's not even that big. I think it's just because it's like fat. It's like almost 500 pages, I think.
It just has thicker pages.
495.
Jeez.
I think we're just so used to books having thinner pages now.
Yeah.
I do have the audiobook for this one. It is expiring soon. And I have so many things that I need to read. Like, just for the fall reading book, to give you guys a sneak peek if you care. I'm reading Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. I want to read Can't Help Falling in Love by Sophie Sullivan. Oh my god, I can't reach it, but it has the cutest cover, so I have to show it to you. This just came out on Tuesday. Look at this.
Oh, cute.
I was really sad originally because this is published by St. Martin's Press, and they were under boycott for quite a long time, for like a year almost, if not a year. So I was like so sad that like I wouldn't be able to like include this in a vlog or like talk about it. But the boycott is over, so here we are.
Yay.
Very excited. Like it literally says on the back, as they spend time apple picking in comfy plaid shirts and sipping beer at outdoor breweries in the crisp air, Lexi starts to realize the scariest part of the season might just be taking a chance on love.
Wow.
Like apple picking and plaid shirts.
Yep.
Stunning. So, reading that one as well.
Beautiful.
And then also maybe The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor Namey. But that one will be like the first to go if I run out of time. And I also might include A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed.
Oh, I want to read that one so bad.
I'm getting that from the library tomorrow.
Yay.
Yes. And then I also need to read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. Had those from the library for months. King of Scars is currently like 13 days overdue.
Oof.
But it's at a different library than the library I'm going to tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I told myself I don't think I'm ever going to read those books.
I want to read them so I can do my vlogs for them. What?
Yeah.
They've just been sitting there for so long. And they're so big, and I'm like, I've got so many things I want to read. And like, I know I'm not going to read
They're
them.
so pretty.
Yeah. I've got like, I think I saw somebody buying those yesterday at the bookstore, actually. I think they were buying them as like a gift because I was like, add cash, and when I looked over, because they were asking for a gift receipt, and I just like looked over and I saw like the paperbacks. I was like,
ooh.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm not gonna read those in October because like I want to read my spooky like fall TBR. But I'm like, can I hoard them till November? I don't know. Because then also November is hard because like I'll be working and then, you know, going to see Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting! You're gonna have the best time.
Yeah, me and Lorena need to plan out what we're doing soon. Gotta figure out itineraries because we're staying at her aunt's house. And she lives like an hour outside Toronto. So we gotta be strategic in our planning.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is our book for this month. I'm very excited about it. I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time. I'm hoping that I love it.
I forgot what it is about, but I'm excited to read it.
Me too. The bottom of the synopsis says, "This woven kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance."
Ooh, oh yeah, it's about kingdoms and stuff.
And a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save her people from the half-wives they've been forced to live.
My cup of tea.
Also, the chapter headers are like an entire page, so the book's also like not as many pages as it says.
Yeah.
So,
how many chapters are there? Let's
probably a lot.
There are
40.
40.
So there's 40 pages in there. That are not. So it's more like 450 pages.
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh, and there's even artwork at the top too.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I hope that I love this. I have yet to dislike a Taharamaki book. So I have high hopes.
Not gonna start here.
Better not. She is my queen. Love her. Okay. I think that's all I gotta say.
Yep, me too.
I think that's all we got. So thank you guys so much